I wanted to compile a list of things I've been doing lately that I think have been improving my life. And I want to share them with the listeners because they have helped me in my life so much to create so much gratitude and joy and just peace and happiness in my life that I never really thought was possible. There's a large list. I could make a list of 10, 20 things, but just to keep this podcast from getting too rambly or from being too long, I brought up 5 things. So, okay, here are 5 things that I started implementing in my life that produced radical changes in my life. And here are 5 things that if you want to try them, I believe they will also help your life immensely. First is meditation. I meditate every single day now. And let me backtrack on that. Of course, there's going to be 1 or 2 days here or there where I accidentally miss it if things get really crazy. But in general, I try to make an effort every single day to meditate. Meditation is going to look different for every single person. So some people are going to do strictly breathing. I'll walk you through what I do if it helps anybody. So what I do is I have a yoga mat on the ground. I actually do, I have some like aesthetic type of things like crystals and stuff that I feel like people are going to poke fun of me or call me like a crazy white girl for using them. But for me, they're just aesthetic that they help me get into the mood of doing the meditation. So I don't believe that these crystals are magically going to heal me. I don't believe that. But there's something about bringing them to my meditation that kind of helps me get in the zone, and it kind of officializes it for me, if that makes sense. So no hate towards the crystal ladies. So I have a couple crystals. I have a yoga mat that I keep on the floor. I bring the crystals to the floor and I lay down on the yoga mat. And first what I do is I just breathe, and racing thoughts will come in, I deal with a lot of anger personally. So angry thoughts will come in, but I sit through it and I breathe. I breathe in and I breathe out. And what I do now to try to alleviate some of the racing thoughts while I'm getting in the zone of meditation is when I'm breathing in, I say in with the good. And when I breathe out, I say out with the bad. I actually learned that from a Joe Rogan podcast, believe it or not, because I'm someone who's always struggled with focusing during my meditations. And I heard him talk about it and how he's the same way. He can't focus during his meditations, and that practice actually helped him. So I kind of stole that from him, to be honest. But I'll breathe in and I'll say in with the good, and I'll breathe out and I'll say out with the bad. And you could say this out loud or in your head, whatever works for you. So once I feel like I'm calm and that breathing meditation has gotten me to a mental place where I can then start to really relax my body, I'll then go into prayer. I feel like people get scared when they hear the word prayer. They think that God has to be involved, but I don't believe God has to be involved in a religious kind of way to pray. I do believe in a higher power, but I don't believe that higher power has to be God in a religious sense. You can call it the universe. You can even call it your own intuition. You can just pray to your own intuition. You can pray to music, whatever it is that you think is something that pulls you out of your own human experience. Because I do think it is possible to be removed from your own mind and your own human experience. So whatever that is for you, it could be a religious God, or it could literally just be yourself and your own intuition. It could be a tree outside. It doesn't matter. Whatever pulls you out of it. So once I'm relaxed, I go into my prayer ritual. And what I do is, first, I will pray for things I'm grateful for. So I'll make a list of things that I'm grateful for. And they could be very simple things. It could be, I'm grateful that I drank a cup of coffee that was really good today. I'm grateful that my cats are well fed today. I'm grateful there's food in the fridge. I'm grateful for the subway because my car got stolen, and if it wasn't for the subway, I wouldn't be able to get around cheap because Ubers are expensive. I just think of just simple things in my life that to have gratitude towards. So just that first step of finding ways to be grateful sort of reprograms your brain and gets you in the habit of living life with joy and peace. Okay, secondly, after I pray for what I'm grateful for, I secondly pray for people that I think need help and need healing. Now, this could be somebody I know, like somebody in my life, like a friend or a family member that I know is going through something really serious. Sometimes I pray for my own enemies, the ex-boyfriends or, ex-friends and family that I don't communicate with anymore. I'll pray for them as well, which I'll get into a little later why I think that's a very healthy practice. And sometimes I'll actually pray for like people that I barely know, like acquaintances, strangers on the street. Like, for example, yesterday I went to get a green smoothie at the smoothie shop, whatever you call that, juice bar, I don't know. I went to get a green smoothie, and the lady in line, we just started chatting, and she was venting to me that she just got into a car accident 2 months ago and that she broke several of her ribs. So I don't know this lady. I'll probably never see her again, but that's somebody I'm going to include in I didn't do my meditation yet today. When I do my meditation, I'm going to pray for her. I'm going to pray for her healing, etc. So find people in your life that you can pray for and send positive healing towards. And lastly, thirdly, but not least important, I pray for what I need help with. Now, you want to be careful not to be overly selfish in this category. This is something I actually picked up from Jordan Peterson. That's going to lose subscribers right there. Sorry about that. I'm a huge Jordan Peterson fan. He said that if you want to pray for something, pray to be shown what you're doing wrong. So I include that every single day in my prayers. If I see something's going wrong in my life, rather than just selfishly being like, God, fix this problem. God, fix this problem. What I say is, God, show me what I'm doing wrong where I can fix this problem. Like if I'm having a financial issue, rather than me being like, God, send me a lottery ticket, I'll be like, God, show me what I'm doing wrong and where I'm screwing up in my life, that I'm not making enough money. Or for example, if I'm having a conflict with a person, rather than saying, God, fix this conflict, I'll say, God, show me what I can do better to be a better friend to this person to help alleviate this conflict. Or God, show me what I can do anything. You guys get the point. So I pray for help, but I try to do it in a way where I take personal responsibility. And rather than asking for easy ways out, I ask for solutions that I can go back and implement. And over time, you'd be really surprised. You end up getting those solutions. It's pretty incredible. And again, I don't believe you have to believe in some religious God in order to do this. I think it's just as effective. Who knows? It could be 100% a placebo effect. Maybe we are like the gods of our own universe and the only gods are what we're creating in our own head. But either way, if you have to pray to something outside of yourself to be able to tap into that own control within your own mind, whatever, who cares? Going back with the crystals thing, by the way, like I was saying earlier, I use crystals. I don't think crystals magically have some healing power, but I do think my brain does. So when I use this crystal as a way for me to have a center, a point of focus to attach, like, so for example, if I have this one pink crystal and I tell myself, okay, this is the crystal of opening my heart. Do I think this crystal, just by owning it or looking at it, is going to open my heart? No, of course not. But I do think that having a point of focus and keeping it next to me helps me tap into my own creativity and my own powers in my own brain. So whatever you need as a center, a point of focus to tap into what you need to tap into, even if it's placebo, who cares? Who gives a shit? Do it. Okay. The next thing I put on my list, on this list of 5 things that I did to radically change my life, is